Hello and welcome to the Ditty. I am Zara.
And I am Ian, and we're back with it again. The talky ones.
We
Normal
fucking
music,
are.
just the talky ones.
We are. I quite like it actually.
Do you? Oh,
Yeah,
it's
now I've come to
different.
terms with it.
Have you?
Yeah,
Have you?
and I'm over
Okay.
it.
Yeah, fair
I'm
enough.
done. Yeah. So, couple things. Orders of business. Remember I mentioned the Hozier song Too Sweet a couple of weeks ago to you?
Yes.
And I said from the very second I fucking heard it, that's gonna bang.
Yes.
It banged. It's been
It.
number one for 2 weeks in the UK. It's fucking everywhere on TikTok. He's put it in his fucking set list. It's now, I think, number one in Ireland, Australia, and I think also the US. Fucking called it.
Do you think he was listening in?
Maybe, but
And he
that's also his first
and
ever
yeah,
one.
he was listening in, and he went, "Do you know what? I think she's onto something there.
Yeah.
I'll fucking push this one. I'll push this one based on the Ditty recommendation."
It's funny. So I was reading and like, because I think I also mentioned like he released the album and then these four songs came scratching after, which is not the usual release method. He doesn't usually do that. It's like a little EP and like an album standard, right? And this was
Yes.
like this went EP, album, EP, couldn't work it out. Anyway, reading that, because this song was taken off and something different replaced it. It's like Eat Your Young. That's a song that replaced it for Gluttony. Cool.
Right.
A very well known podcast, a music podcast, accidentally played a clip of it, technically leaking it, which gave the team no choice but to then release the rest of the kind of like the EP. They had to like package it up and put it out, which is why it came so fast. So it wasn't actually meant to be released either, which is funny because that's his first UK number one, his first US number one, and all that kind of stuff. Funny how things
Good
work
stuff.
out.
It
Mm.
certainly is. Certainly
And the
is.
second thing, which you already know,
I
is
do.
I mentioned, yeah, you do. I mentioned that I had entered a competition in the hopes of winning a record. And
It
I said
it was
I
like
was going to
you and
win.
you and 3 others, wasn't it, or something like that?
It was eight, so shut your mouth. And I actually did. Me and this other person won a record. And
Yeah.
I want to talk about this record because it's by a band or a person called Yoon, and the album
It
is Agog. And I can honestly tell you that it's like if Radiohead was awful and your sound engineer didn't care about you at all, and there's only one song on there that I can even do. It's to the point where I considered just laying it flat in the hopes that it would bend and I'd never have to play it again.
really? I actually didn't think that it was that bad, but when I listened to it, because when you told me you won and sent me all
Mm.
the pictures and all the shit that went with it, I googled it. It's
Stickers.
it's a band, isn't it? It's
Mm.
are they Swedish or Norwegian or something?
Yeah, something like
I
that.
think so, yeah. So I googled it and I found the album, and I was playing it while I was out in the car, so I was streaming it to the stereo in the car.
Yeah.
And it wasn't sounding too bad. But when I got home and I put it on the stereo at home, I thought it was all right. It was a little
It's
bit up and down here and there,
I
um,
don't know. It's
but
just
you see there's a difference again, and we've discussed this many a time. The
mm,
difference between streaming digitally and then going analog through
yep.
the vinyl route. There's going to be quite a difference. But yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. The one track that I pulled out of it was the track Maple, which is track number 5.
It is. I don't hate that one, but I hate running down the hourglass a lot less. That for some reason I very much enjoyed, and I don't know if it's because it's the shortest track on the album by about 2 minutes, or or it's something about the opening. I'm like, no, no, I like this. But some of the songs just it's like they looked at Radiohead and bands like that, the slow, the drone, the multiple different things in the background, and tried to fit it into their own style.
It
But
is very Radiohead. I got to
yeah,
agree with this.
and I feel like it's maybe a step too far in the taking of inspiration. Not that somebody shouldn't go and listen to it because this will be 100% someone's fucking jam. Like I said, you
Oh,
recommend
absolutely.
Maple, I say Running Down the Hourglass.
I
Have a
didn't think
listen.
it. I mean, when I went through it, I didn't think that it was that bad. I understand what you was, because when you
Yeah.
said to me the levels were up and down, and here, there, and everywhere.
Mm.
Yeah, you're right, there were, but I don't think it was. Do you know what? I've owned a lot fucking worse.
And now I own a lot worse. And also,
Yeah,
I think
yes, you do.
I do, yeah. But I think also part of my problem is, as I've been buying new records, I've been kind of carefully selecting the ones that I want.
Oh, that's what I've been doing.
And
Yeah,
this one doesn't fit.
but the
Um,
thing is, you didn't
yeah,
choose this. That's the
no, I
thing.
know. Fucking
You won
ruined
it.
it.
You won
I
it.
did. I did. I did, yeah.
I wonder what the
Um,
other one got. I wonder what the other winner got.
I think they got the same thing. I
Oh,
think they've
really?
just needed to get rid of this pap,
Oh, okay.
but
Okay.
that's fine because that's fine. That's what it is. That's what it is. What else is there? No, I think that's my two big
Well,
things.
I have also something
Oh
that
yeah.
we could talk about. The fact that after all of my not wanting to go down a digital route of listening to my music,
Hmm.
I bought a little gizmo called a Weem Mini. That's spelled
Hmm.
WIIM for anybody that might want to know. And it's a streamer, because I was streaming via a Bluetooth little device which kept breaking up and cutting out, as people that use Bluetooth devices will know
Yep.
and be really fucking pissed off about. So I bought this little thing, and do you know, I gotta say, it made me sit down and go, fuck.
I
The
love that.
sound, the sound of it
Is it
is just,
crispy?
it's well, I bought an external DAC as
The
well to
DAC.
go with it,
Mm.
so that I could go, because otherwise you'd have to go through aux out
Yeah.
of the Weem thing. But with the DAC, I can go from the optical out, which, because it's got an
Yes.
optical in it. So I'm thinking going via optical, it's going to give it a little bit more. But I nearly wept, I have to say, after listening to stuff through Bluetooth, which isn't
Yes.
such a bad medium, in
No,
fairness. It's
it's
not
not. It's
too bad.
fantastic.
It's
It's
pretty good.
accessible.
Yes, it is. It is. But when you go from that to this,
Hmm.
now, this apparently, this little Weem thing, I mean, it was just under £100, and there are many, many better out there, but you pay a lot more.
Yeah.
And from what I read a lot of reviews on this before I got it, and a lot of people are saying, for the cost of it, for the price of it, it's an absolute bargain. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a shout, and I'm glad I did. But it's kind of turned me into such a fucking hypocrite now, such a fucking hypocrite,
The thing is,
because
I was
you know,
no,
it,
nah, nah.
it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was talking to someone in work the other day, and we were talking about just like fucking around and testing some stuff out, and we came back to that old point, like when you stop experimenting with stuff, right? Just stop altogether. Just don't bother with it anymore. Because if you've got like a hobby like listening to music or an instrument, and you're not fucking around with it, and you're not adding bits to it, taking bits away, and fucking doing all that, just stop. Just stop. So
No, I agree.
I
And the
think
funny
do it.
thing is, I remember I spoke to you not that long ago, and I said, right, I've got to change my speakers now.
Hmm.
I really haven't. You know, I wanted to. I
Hmm.
thought about it, but having bought this little gizmo and playing some of the stuff, I don't think it's going to be very good on heavy music,
No, probably
on like
not.
rock, heavier rock.
Mm.
But the kind of stuff I'm tending to listen to now, it's it's fucking remarkable. It really is, the sound quality. So if anybody out there is looking to try and get into streaming through more of an analog setup, which is like what I've got, then I would highly recommend this little thing. I
Yeah.
really would. It's really is a good piece of kit. And somebody said to me, why don't you just use the Echo Dot, because it's the same kind of thing.
Oh yeah. It wouldn't
And
do the same thing.
this is one of the reasons why.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
Because
basically
just
fuck
fuck
off.
off. No,
Fuck
fuck
is just
off.
fuck off.
Just
Fuck
no
just
fuck. Just fuck off.
just fucking off.
Just no off. Just off. Fuck off.
Off. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Anyway, I was gonna
yes.
say I do think that sometimes You just mentioning you're not going to change your speakers because the sound coming out of them is beautiful. That's another
Yes,
thing. Like sometimes your setup is fine. It's the little tweaks,
that's
little
exactly it.
tweaks. Yep.
That's exactly it. And I think I'm at a point now where I don't need to do anything else.
Mm-mm.
And I actually said to you, I think when I was messaging you the other day,
Uh,
CDs are dead now in my house.
oof.
I was building up a little collection of. I got a nice CD player, and it plays them fine, and they sound nice. But what use have I got for them now? When I've got this little fella that will play anything via my phone and play cleaner, in my opinion, than a CD. It's crazy. Unless again, unless you've got these top of the range things with the however much you're paying, a couple of grand for them. But
Mm-hmm.
for the more of a budget setup, which is what I've got, although it's very nice, it's not expensive. This is very, very good. Very, very nice sounding.
Well, yeah, as you know, and probably I think I've spoken about this on the podcast a couple of times, I got myself a little DAC because I wanted to just upgrade my digital listening, and it very much did. Now my DAC was only like 29 euros, something like that, probably even cheaper. And it's a Hibby FC1. So if anyone is listening and is like, I don't care about analog, but how do I upgrade my digital? If you've got headphones with the wire, get something like that. They can be even cheaper, but it doesn't really matter. Like you can get them for a couple of quid as well. That that's all you need.
It is. It
Just a
is,
DAC.
and and it's well documented that I've fought this for fucking years. I
Hmm.
really have.
Yep.
Fought it for years, kicking and screaming. It dragged
Yep.
me into like a new era, kicking and screaming. But it's all
Yes.
good. I'm happy with it.
Good. That's all that you need, really.
Yes. So on we go.
Yes. So guess who? This is weird. Guess who released a new track today?
Hosier, by any chance? But
Nope.
as we've just been speaking, no. Okay. Who else are you listening to a lot lately? Calio,
Nope. This person's
no.
dead.
Prince,
No. Johnny
because I
Cash
know.
released a song today.
Okay.
Yeah, called "Well All Right,"
Okay.
and it's if you
Is it the
like John,
Elvis song? Is it the old Elvis song?
talks about carrying a washing basket.
Then no.
um, it's only a short one, but it's very it's very Johnny Cash, if that makes any sense at all. It's a very Johnny Cash song.
But he has
If
a style, doesn't he? He
Yeah,
has a
and it
style.
it really is
No.
that. And I don't know,
Excellent.
it could be a cover. It could be. I'm not sure. No, no,
It
it
pr-
isn't. I'm just checking. Composer and lyricist is Johnny Cash.
Okay.
Um, but
I was
yes,
going to say it's not one that I know, but there's reason for that. It's because it's only just come out.
yeah, it literally was released today. Got it recommended on my daily recommended things. My daily discovery on Tidal. I don't know if you listen to, I listen to mine every day and see what's it's like throwing up and stuff.
I actually
Um,
don't. I'll have to
yeah,
start though.
yeah, I check mine out every day. So if I listen to enough, well, I do listen to enough, but a mix, my daily discovery goes fucking left, right, up, down, back, front, and all sorts of stuff. It is a wild, wild ride for me every single day. It's just wild. I never know what's going to happen ever.
Yeah, I might start doing that myself.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I find it handy.
go on.
Okay, then. Right.
But that's so. Is that one for the
Nope.
persons
Nope.
to go? No, it's not okay.
That was literally just, it's a new
I just
release. I found it today. Go and have a little listen.
good stuff.
That's literally it. So, my actual song, the first song that I chose for today, it came out. It came down to two: American Money or Electric Love by Bournes.
Okay, neither
And
of which I know.
no, and it's off the album Dopamine, and I just really fucking like it. So, Electric Love is more like poppy and upbeat, and American Money is meant to be like more, I don't know, it's more bassy. It's more, I don't know how you would dance to it, if you would dance to it at all. But yeah, so that's my first pick, and I can't play it for you. And we also can't pause,
No,
and I can't tell you anything about the song because it goes boom, 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 boom. There you go.
there you
Dun
go.
dun 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 dun. That's the opening, and it's just good.
Who said we never had music?
Yeah,
Who said?
exactly. American Money, Bourne's album, Dopamine.
Good stuff.
Yep,
One to go and check out. I shall have a listen to
for
that in a bit.
sure. Yeah.
So yeah, the first track that I'm going to recommend is based around this whole new listening medium that I have,
Mm.
and having sat down and gone, I've played this. Oh my God, this is going to sound great. I'll play that as well. Oh my God, I've made me think of this one. Let's put this one on. And oh, bloody hell. And on we go. You know the way it works. So, the first track that I'm going to recommend, which is going to sound very good on a decent pair of headphones as well, is a Thomas Lear track. Now, we spoke about Thomas Lear ages ago, ages ago, and we were planning on doing a deep dive on Thomas Lear, and
We
we never did.
were.
We were. And I think the reason we didn't at the time was because the album we were talking about was, I think, probably his best work. So I would have struggled to put a whole episode together working through his career. And the fact that he's still working now just kind of it steered me a little bit away from it. So, but I'm going to go with the track taken from an album called Scale of 10, which was
Really?
1985. Yeah. And it is the track Sweet Surrender.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very pingy and tingy left to right, and it's lovely,
Oh,
lovely, clean song, lovely and clean. And if you've never heard of Thomas Lear, it's a good album. If you like the older style of well, it's 1980s, it's that style, it's the 80s kind of style. So if you're into that decade of music, a great album, a great single. The tracks on that album are very good anyway, but to me,
mm-hmm.
that is the standout, Sweet Surrender, because it just fucks itself all around your headphones, or in my case now the speakers, and it's
Around around the whole room.
around the whole room. Yeah, very good, very good. So go and pause us manually and
Oh
go and
no,
have a
yeah. Go and have a listen. Right. I think very many moons, weeks, whatever it is ago, I think I listened to that album after we spoke about it, but I knew it was going to be Scales of 10.
the scale of 10. Yeah, well, it's in
Scales of
that
10, Scales of 10. Yeah.
scale of 10. Yeah, it's in that
Yeah.
collection over there, isn't it?
Mm, it is. So I have for very many years, how many years? I can't remember. Since what year? I think 2005. I have liked this band. First
Okay.
album, Aha, Shake, Heartbreak. Second, Because of the Times. Third, Only by the Night. Fourth, Come Around Sundown. Five, do you know who it is yet?
Yeah, no, go on. Keep
All
going.
right. Mechanical Bull, Walls, and When You See Yourself.
That is Kings of Leon, isn't it?
It sure is. Now, they have a new album coming out, which I am looking forward to, called Can We Please Have Fun? And they have released an EP ahead of that, which I very much appreciate. Well, singles, it's worse actually. They should have just fucking banged them all on one, but they didn't anyway. Three separate singles, and Nothing to Do, Split Screen, and Mustang. And I am very much enjoying Split Screen. Now, I think these end February, I think these came out. And some people are saying, oh, it's the same old shit. But that is why they are enjoyable, because it's the same old shit.
Well, yeah.
Ah,
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
exactly. The Split Screen one is more of their slower, kind of mellow one. And if that and Mustang, the two singles that I like out of these three, are anything to go by, then I think the album might sound a little bit more like Come Around Sundown and Mechanical Bull, than it will like their newer stuff. But yeah, so that's something to look forward to. I don't know if there is a release date. I haven't really like looked into it, but these were recommended again on my daily discovery. And it was is it Nothing to Do of those singles that actually was, yeah, that actually only came out 5 days ago. God,
Oh, there you go.
I'm very current, am I?
You
Um,
bloody are, aren't you?
I am, but the Split Screen came out at the start of April, and it was Mustang that came out in Feb. So yeah, very current. That's it. Kings of Leon, Split Screen, and a new album is coming soon. So I'm actually looking forward to it, and I don't really look forward to albums that much, but I'm looking forward to this one.
Good stuff.
Mm.
Good stuff. I don't mind a bit of well, I don't mind a bit. I don't own any of the Kings of Leon stuff, but I don't mind
Mm.
listening to it every now and again. So
I
that'll be
think,
interesting.
yeah, I think I want to get a vinyl of Come Around Sundown because that's probably got some of my favorite tracks on. Radioactive, The End, Pony Up, and Pickup Truck. See, I really like those ones. And
Okay.
because that's and then but then Mechanical Ball, so it's not my favorite, but it's got a couple on there, so I would skip that one, I think. But I think that would be a vinyl that I would add, and more so because I like the artwork. It's just it looks like an old Polaroid of two trees on an island, and it's all in that is it sepia,
Yeah.
like
Scipio.
orangey brown.
Yeah.
And I dig it, and it would look nice next to the ones I recently purchased. So I am tempted. I
Do you know
am
what I've
tempted.
noticed lately? I've
Mm,
noticed that a lot of new releases now that are being released onto vinyl are being
mm.
released on, is it the isotrope effect? Is it isotrope? Where you get the when it as the vinyl spinning, you get the picture come up on the disc.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah,
I've
it
noticed
is.
is that the term?
I think
Um,
so.
I think it is, but yeah. Remember I said to you the other week about the Linkin Park one that I'd seen,
Yeah.
which was very good. And I'm seeing them everywhere now. Every fucker's starting to bring out either a multicolored picture album
Yep.
or some blood spatter effect or some marbling effect or the isotrope
Hmm.
effect. And do you know
Zeotropes.
the what?
Zeotropes.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
The fuck's isotrope then?
I
Oh,
don't know.
I don't.
I'm just
Uh,
trying. It says it's a etched image on a recording that produced a short thing when spun. Record zeotropes or zoetropes.
um,
Zoetropes.
I think you might want to type in isotropes then and find out what the fuck I've been talking about.
Yeah, just hang on then.
Go on.
Isotropes. Isotropes are atoms with the same number of protons but different numbers of neutrons
I
are
was nearly
called
right then.
isotopes, not even isotropes. It's correcting
Oh,
me.
Jesus, I was wrong all over the place.
We were, yes, but whatever. If we go
Yeah,
down.
yeah. Funky spinning picture things.
Yes.
I shall call them from now on. A fucking name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who names these things anyway? Right. So yeah, I've been seeing a lot of these things lately in the picture albums and the marble effect and all of that. And I bought, if you remember, not so long ago, the Kills album
Yes.
on the green, like the translucent green.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, well, it's not so. I thought it was really like good at the time. I thought I'm gonna, it's gonna be really hip and fancy and funky and lovely. But
Mm.
every fucker's doing it. What's going on?
And I
Please,
think,
just give me that. Just give me
see,
that. Idiot.
I think this is the problem because I I'm going to say something that might be controversial, but apparently
No, don't.
I'm already doing it. I'm already saying it. It's already happening. I think that a lot of people buy the vinyl who don't have record players and they are using those nice frames to put them up. So I think a lot of people are buying them as artwork in their own right. And because I can't, I wouldn't, if I had purchased a vinyl for £65, say, because it's coloured and it's this and it's that, I would want to show it off and then I'd end up framing it.
I fully appreciate that. I
Yeah.
paid not quite that much for this one. I nearly paid that much for the bloody
Hmm.
Pink Floyd one we was talking about the other week, the Dark
Yeah.
Side, on the twin disc thing. But I've not done it. I've kind of fought myself with that one and I won. So it's staying where the fuck it is. But
Yep.
yeah, I can understand that because some of them are really good.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, I was looking at I saw a picture album and it was a track I played last week and I don't know what I'm wondering if that's why it popped up on my because my phone must have been listening to me, so it sent it to me. The Chemical Romance, My Chemical Romance, Black
Oh,
Parade
nice,
album,
nice.
and it's a picture album, and I thought, fucking hell, that's really nice. But it's quite expensive as well, so that's staying where it is. Although I probably wouldn't buy it because the only track that I would listen to, I think, was that title track or the
Do
Black
you know what
Parade. So
pissed me off this week in the world of vinyl?
go on.
I haven't actually listened to it, but Taylor Swift released an album. Well,
Right.
that's the news. Um, and she's released obviously multiple vinyl options. And instead of calling it just clear vinyl, it's limited edition Phantom Clear. By the way,
Yeah.
it's just
Okay.
clear. It's not, it's
Right.
nothing, it's fucking clear. And the other one is called Ghosted White, which is just white.
That's fair
And
enough.
I don't know why, but that really irritated me. It's like, why can't you just describe it as white vinyl and clear vinyl? Because Phantom Clear, because what? So you could add extra money on it, right?
What's the album called though?
The Tortured Poets Department.
Because there's a theme there, isn't there?
I don't
Ghosts, the ghost
Ghosted
theme,
Phantom. I don't
and the
care.
phantom. So there's a
Yeah,
theme there. So if the album's something to do with like afterlife and shit like that, then
I
but yeah,
really
it's
don't
bullshit
care.
anyway. It's
It's
bullshit
it's
anyway.
it's so unnecessary. It just pissed me off.
That's fair enough.
I don't know why. Phantom Clear, just clear.
Yeah. Okay.
Just be you just see through. You just clear like. All right. Well, maybe it's not necessarily the worst thing, but it just irritate me.
It's fair enough.
Mm,
Many things irritate me. I haven't got the time to go through them now, but
no,
mm.
I am obsessed with an Instagrammer who lights some of the devil's lettuce and puts on a record and cooks. And
That's go on.
it's absolutely fantastic. And he has this beautiful, beautiful fucking dark purpley record player. His setup is insane. Now, I've been watching this guy for a few years, and as his audience has grown, obviously he's been able to put more money into his vinyl collection and his like sound system and stuff. And to start with, it was just him lighting a little devil's lettuce and putting on like a record, and he'd like play a little bit of it and whatever. But now he's doing these like new vinyl Mondays where he goes shopping and he like picks things for his collection. It's Danielson Williams. If you want to check it out, he literally just rolls a little fatty, puts a record on, and starts cooking. And
Can I ask
it's
something though?
fantastic. Yeah, go on.
Has he upgraded his drug intake as well, or is he
It
still on the old stuff? Because he's
no, no,
upgraded his stereo. So is he upgrading what he's using with his stereo?
yes, he has. And I should tell you why I know this because I was scooching through Instagram the other day, and he had collaborated with a company, and they'd sent him a little container thing which organizes it, and he labeled the top of all his little pots with his different lettuce types.
Oh, good. Okay.
And I thought that's fantastic. And I just thought, yep, I'm going to mention that because actually it's very cool because he doesn't listen to, like, he's got a very varied taste. So his new music, one day he actually went and bought an Otis Redding record. And there's like people in the comments like, oh, you know what? I've never heard of this guy before, but I've listened to a few songs. And to me, that blew my mind. And then I thought to myself, actually, I really like that.
I kind of struggle with the concept that people don't know who Otis Redding is.
But I don't because you're looking at like say if I went downstairs and I said, "Kid, the big one, who's Otis Redding?" She'd be like, "I have no fucking idea." She
That's
wouldn't
fair
have a
enough.
clue. And it's not because she hasn't heard it, because I fucking played it, but they're into like K-pop and mashups and TikTok music and all that kind of stuff. So there's this introduction that doesn't happen. So if you don't pass down your kind of the stuff you listen to, it doesn't filter down very far. So I've noticed
Yeah.
like kids that listen to like so Tears for Fears, he was one of these favorites up in this yard. They fucking love that. They listen to Tears for Fears fucking radio station. So obviously they got all the olds on and whatever. But if you don't pass it down, they don't have any of that influence. And you can really see it makes a difference really massively.
Yeah. I can understand that.
Mm,
I mean, I suppose in fairness, with you having all of my old stuff,
hmm
it's kind of it's working its way through, isn't it? So, I
Yeah.
mean, that'll always be there.
I mean, well, look, when I got my new record player, I gave them the case, and they were listening to Thomas Dolby, the first fucking record they picked. Would it have been my
Yeah,
first pick? Absolutely the fuck not. But they really
yeah.
liked it, and away they went.
I'm
And
telling you.
that's the thing. Like, so if you're listening now, and your kids or your kids, grandkids, I don't give a shit, whatever, play them something that you used to listen to when you was young, and see how
Uh-huh.
it goes. Pass it on,
Yeah, yeah,
fucking pass
absolutely.
it on.
Without
Go
a
on,
doubt, it's got to
yeah.
be done.
Mm.
Right, whose go is it?
Mine, I think.
Is it?
I think
Let's do
so.
this. Let's do it then.
This is a song from a band that I have played previously. I'm pretty sure I have liked these guys for many, many years, all the way since I was back in uni, and I was crying over an assignment. I wasn't really. I cry internally because crying is weak. And then, and at the time, I had an MP3 thumb drive. Do you remember
Oh, yeah,
them?
I do.
Yeah, I had one of them. So not only did it have all my music on, but it also had my assignments on, and it went everywhere with me. It was the best. Anyway, that was at a point where all of my music wasn't necessarily legal and above board.
Mhm.
So sometimes you download something and what it said it was and what it actually was, different things. So I downloaded at that point an album called Silent Alarm in 2005. So at the time, it was brand new, but I didn't know that because I had none of the metadata and I couldn't actually access it, nor could I read what the band was because it was on a fucking thumb drive in a file. Anyway, and
Hmm.
the band is called Block Party. And a song that I always, 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 always come back to is Banquet.
Good stuff. We've spoke about Block Party before, haven't we?
Hmm. We
I don't
sure
think it was
have.
the same song, but we've spoken about them before.
No,
Uh,
the other song that I usually love is Flux. And Flux
Flux.
is, yeah,
Yeah,
Flux, as far as I know, was just it was I think it was on an EP. I don't even know if it was on an album. So
yeah. But
yeah, I'm not
we
100%
played that
sure.
one. We played that one on an earlier
Hmm.
pod, Flux.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
absolutely fucking love that song. But I'm going
unusual
with
and very
Banquet.
good. Good stuff. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I
Oh yeah.
I
Mm.
was going to play something, but
Yeah.
now based on what we were just talking about, I'm going to play something else, and I'm pulling this one out of my ass.
Oh, because you
So
can.
because I can,
Mm.
um, and I'm going to play this for the Sprouts over there, for your
Oh, lovely.
Sprouts.
Yep.
And it's the song "Woman in Chains" by Tears for
Yep.
Fears.
Yep.
And it's taken from the Seeds of Love album, which was 1989. Now, that much I do know. It's a great song. The opening to it is remarkable, remarkable, because it's just like a percussive opening, but it bounces all over the place. And I've been listening to this track pretty much since I set the stereo up and I had the CD player, and I've got this album on CD, and I was bouncing. I was fucking, yes, I love this fucking song. So there's the drummer, funnily enough, he's a very good drummer. I can't remember his name now, but I know that Ronald Orzabel, is it Ronald Orzabel? The singer, anyway, the main singer, Mr. Orzabel, had said
Mm.
to him, I want you to make your drums at this point of the song sound like Phil Collins, because I love Phil Collins and I like the sound of his drums. And the drummer said to him, mate, if you want these drums to sound like Phil Collins, you're going to have to get Phil Collins.
Yeah.
So he did. So I think it's about 3 minutes in where the main drums kick in, and it's Phil Collins playing drums.
That's incredible. I love it when
That's some
stuff like that comes together.
It's pulling power for you. I mean,
It's
they're
like,
a great band, Tears for Fears, and the female on it, singer on it, the vocal is Alita Adams,
it
who
is.
they found when she was doing they tour in America, and they found her singing in a bar, doing a residency in a bar, and they went, "Fuck yeah, come with us." And they put her on this album. She co-wrote the album, I believe. And Roland Orzabel, not Ronald, Roland, he helped her go take on a solo career, which was okay. I don't think she did a huge amount, but it was quite successful. But yeah, so that's the song I'm going to go with. Woman in
Nice.
Chains, featuring Alita Adams from Tears for Fears, taken from the Seeds of Love album, 1989, and that is for the Kiddie Winks over there. So
Well,
make
they
sure
do
they have a
enjoy
listen.
some. They do enjoy it.
They do.
They do.
But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
so there you go, a little bit of bullshit for you around the
Yep.
song. Got to be
Nice.
done.
Sure does. It
Oh
sure
yeah,
does. And that brings us to the outro that we can't play.
yeah, it does.
It does.
I have a choice,
Oh yeah.
and I'm going with an unusual one today.
Mm,
One that people will know the band, or a lot of people will know the band. I would imagine
yeah.
most of the people that listen to this plop will know the band. They may know the song. So here we go. It's the Human League.
Oh,
Now, I listened to the Human League from their very beginning when they were an experimental band and they called themselves um, BEF, British Electric Foundation, I believe it was. And the core members were there, and that they started. I'm sure it was BEF, and then they went on to change to the Human League. A couple of the members left, and I think, if I remember rightly, they became Heaven 17, Martin Ware and Ian Craig Marsh, I think it was, and left Phil Oakey with somebody else doing Human League. Anyway, they released a couple of albums as the Human League. Travelogue was one of them, which is what I'm taking this song from, and it's an unusual song, and it's called "Crow and a Baby."
okay.
And I don't know if you know it, but it's
I
about a crow and
actually
a
don't.
baby that had an affair. I think is actually the opening line: "A crow and a baby had an affair."
That's
Um,
weird.
Now, the reason that I've gone for this era of yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's yeah, this era of them
Mm-hmm.
is because it was before they had the two women in the band.
Right.
Now, I think the two women came in around about 1984 with the Dare album, and they'd been in the club and they saw them dancing, and they brought them into the band as dancers on stage. But then they started doing backing vocals, and then they started contributing to writing the lyrics and such like, and they became full on members of the band and such like. I didn't. Some of it was okay. I wasn't a big fan over the earlier work, Travelogue and forget the other album. But there was tracks like "Crowing a Baby" and "Empire State Human," which is great, and "Being Boiled." A lot of the old Human League fans will know. Great song, stuff like that. The
I
earlier work
believe, I believe that we have never once mentioned the Human League.
we haven't,
I
we
am
haven't.
racking my brains and I cannot think of a single mention. Very
Oh, we've
nice,
never
buddy.
mentioned them. I
Mm-mm.
was actually planning on doing when we were doing the deep dives. I
Mm,
was gonna do one on Human League, but that sort of petered itself out, and we started going into the other ones where it was a genre or
mix and
um
tracks and
album
stuff.
tracks and stuff. Yeah. So,
Mm.
but yeah, Crying a Baby from the 1980 Travelogue album, Human League. Go and have a
Well,
listen. You've really got to go and have a listen to this if you don't know it.
that sounds absolutely gross. So
It's
can't wait.
fantastic. Fantastic. In fairness,
Absolutely shut.
dig the album out
Mm-hmm. I've
and
got it in
go
front of me
through the
right now.
album. Yeah, there you go. It should have. Is it the Black Hitter Space? Is track
Yep.
one? Only After Dark.
Yep. Life
Yeah,
Kills, Dreams of
Life
Leaving,
Kill.
Toyota
Yeah,
City,
Dreams
Crow
of
and a
Leaving is very
Baby,
good as well. Dreams of Leaving is very good. I like
Gordon's
that song.
Gin. That sounds like
Gordon's Gin.
something I
Yeah,
should listen to.
I think yeah. Yes.
That sounds like something for me, that one.
Yeah, but yeah, go and have a go at it. Have a go at the album. At least have a go at Crowing a Baby. You've got to
Hmm.
because
Yep.
you've got to. So
Yes. As always, the links to all of these will be in the description. They will be Tidal links, but it will be when if you click it, it will open in any of your music streaming services. What else? No, that's it. That's all I got.
good stuff. I
Yep.
had none of that.
No, no. I'm
So
not. I'm not sharing Spotify only links anymore. I want people to be able to listen to it if they've got Apple or Tidal
no,
or Spotify or
absolutely.
Deezer,
Oh,
and so I'm going to do it like that.
Well, I think our hands have been tied
Yes.
to a point now where I think we've got to go. Do you know what? You're not allowing us to play the tracks as we're going, as we're jabbering on about them.
Yeah.
So we'll open them up for anybody. So anybody can go and have a listen at any
Yes.
time. So
And
fuck you, Spotify.
as I've said many, many times, Tidal, Apple Music, and Deezer have higher quality.
Yes,
Tidal have just dropped their prices, so they're in line with Spotify. Spotify doesn't have FLAC; it doesn't really have that. Deezer and Tidal have the same quality, I think. And Apple Music has obviously got its like spatial audio and all that kind of stuff. So there's like a bunch of different stuff. In general, I prefer Tidal, which is why I'm using those links. But you can just try and upgrade your experience and look for one that's a better price
good
and
stuff.
better. Yeah. Do that
Nice, nice. Go and do it.
for
But I
yourself.
suggest you now,
Yeah.
you
Me.
go and listen to that song, and then when you've finished listening to it, message me the plopness. Let me know
I
how plop you thought it was. I think it's brilliant, but
I am. I know exactly what I'm going to say because I can't deal with it already. Okay, dokie then. Right. Thanks for joining us. Join us on the next one.
absolutely.
Please
Yes,
enjoy the
indeed.
music, and you can speak to us on our email addresses, which we still have. Zara at theditty.co.uk. Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
I
Or
know what's
Ian
going on.
at blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
Uh,
you get
or
you.
Ian at theditty.co.uk. You can send us requests to listen to something. You can send us links to your own stuff. Do all of that stuff, but please stop sending us spam
Yeah.
because we actually don't read it. Bye.
Bye bye.